Hello and welcome to the Seed Group Podcast. I'm Carla.
I'm Norman.
And I'm Albert, and we have a special guest with us tonight, Brian Thompson. Hey, Brian.
Hey,
I keep
everybody.
I keep mispronouncing it. Tell me what it is, the name.
What we do is called Tai Chi Gong. Tai Chi Gong.
Bingo.
Yeah, and I'll be happy to talk more about it when you guys are ready, But thank you for welcoming me.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. I was reading your bio. Well, first of all, I'm dating myself because I loved Harry Porterfield, Someone You Should Know.
Yep.
Absolutely loved it.
Yeah,
And so that was wonderful that, you were featured on there. And I know a lot of people, because that was such a popular program, got a chance to really get to know what you do.
yeah. So I could talk about that forever. So you guys are welcome to tell me to Brian, cut it off. 'Cause I love talking about this stuff. But yeah, it was back in 1991, I believe it was. I was working for a foster care company in Chicago. And I was teaching self-defense, self-protection to the case managers, as just a complimentary thing that I do and I love. And the president got in touch with the media company or some type of way. Next thing you know, Harry Porterfield and his camera crew were walking through the door. And it was just, you know how warm he is. Harry he's this warm, loving person. And they interviewed us, and next thing you know, I was on Someone You Should Know, talking about the role of the ombudsman, which was the speaker of the people, and what I did to help the company with self-protection for the case managers. And that was probably part of the springboard up to what I do now. Yeah.
So,
Before I
I'm
forget,
sorry, go ahead.
the video you were in earlier that we showed, that's some of what he does. He was a happy guy in the video.
Oh man, when I remember talking with you about that, Albert, and I was trying to think of something that really captured everything and the beauty of what it is that we do, which is the Tai Chi Gong. And briefly, in case folks are wondering what that is, Tai Chi means the grand ultimate universe, and the Gong means basically the energy work. And we're all part of nature and part of that universe, which has cultivated the spirit and the beauty of what it is that we do. And we help people to heal through relaxation. So people say, really? People in the past I say, really? Do you want to feel it? Then I let them feel it. And I say, wow, you're doing the work. I'm just kind of the conduit. So that video you're talking about, Albert, was a program we did about a year and a half ago with, it was a mental health organization, Pillars, and it was their orientation. They invited us for the orientation. And
Cool.
the lady is talking about the energy she felt going through her body. And she was talking to everybody about it. And when that happens, the overflow of chi, or the life force, I felt it, and I was so happy about it, and I just got excited. And they caught it on camera, And I escorted her back to her place where she was, and we just had a ball that day. And we were able to.
Looks like.
I'm sorry. What was the question?
I was saying it looks like it.
Yeah, it absolutely was, and we just shared the love with everybody, And I gave him an example of what it was like for me to be in the middle of that experience of helping people with relaxation, heal through pain, and how they could do it themselves, and how not to necessarily depend on me. So at the end of the program, at the end of the video, you saw us doing the relaxation movement, which is called Wave Hands Like Clouds. And everybody was able to do it together. Yeah, exactly, because you were at one of our programs, right, Albert? And that was just the love that's embedded in that thing. When you help people learn to relax, they can dredge out a lot of the toxic or negative energy and replenish themselves with the love that's in whatever your creator is, or God, and that comes into your heart to help you with the healing. So that's what you saw, a condensed version of what you saw in that video. It was fun.
Carl had some questions for him.
Okay.
Yes, I'm sorry I got distracted by a little visitor again.
He said
Oh
he
my
wants
God,
to be a star too.
I think so.
Hmm.
But I love your passion. I love your passion for Tai Chi Gong. I love how you help a person's inner being, and that is actually just fascinating. And like I said, I love your passion about it. So, where did you really? Where did that passion evolve from? You said, "This is my life's calling."
Wow. Something that's true to my heart. I grew up in Chicago's Inglewood, and after my mother passed when I was 13,
Mm,
my godmother, who's the soul of my spirit, basically collaborated with my grandmother through the pathway of my universe, and it was part of my story. When I was living with my grandmother, I didn't know the things that she was suffering with. Over
mm.
time, she had a stroke, and she came back from the first one, but
It's
It's
all right.
okay.
It's all
It's
right.
okay.
she didn't come back from the second one.
Wow.
Hold on for just a moment, please.
You
Carla,
know,
that's
Carla.
not you humming, is it?
Yes. No,
Sorry
that's
about
not me
that.
humming. I am not humming.
Here we go. That's
That's
her
the music.
picture.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Wonderful.
check it out.
Yep, that's Miss Vesta. So, this whole thing that I do has everything to do with emotions.
Hmm.
And she's embedded in that story because I saw her become ill. And I said, man, if there was something else I could do to help her with the healing.
Hmm.
And I'm a strong believer in that we are part of the universe. We're part of God, and He is within us. And He equipped me, and the universe heard me. I said, I want to be a part of that mechanism to help people to heal. And that's what started the ball rolling. My whole
Good.
lifespan has been nothing but about, I was a selfish kid. I really was. I got to admit that. I was a young father. I was very selfish. And I prayed about taking that out of my heart and helping with the healing process. And through that, I was given the opportunity to learn, to feel, to grow in the people that I learned. But little did I know when I went off to college, after I earned my black sash in Kung Fu, that I would start a club at NIU. It was one of the first Kung Fu clubs there. And through that process, it was a just a melting pot of different cultures. Different people would come and work out with us, and I'm like, where are these people coming from? They saw us doing more laughing and getting along with each other. People of Chinese background, people of Japanese background, and they would come work out with us in the dormitory downstairs of Lincoln Hall. Next thing you know, there were like 20, 30, sometimes 40 people. I'm like, what is going on here? It wasn't my intention to grow this beautiful flower pot of people. So after that, I had a chance to contemplate my mission after college. And I said, you know what? Instead of this competing and tournaments and stuff, I had a heart of healing because I went back to my grandmother. And like I said, the things she suffered from, I didn't know as a young person. But as I started to read about it, as you could tell, I'm always reading and studying about the universe and nature and the elements. And so in 2004, we started our first program, and it was in Lincoln Hall, not Lincoln Hall, over on Lincoln Highway in Dalton,
Hmm.
where I was living at the time. And we had a club meeting there, and that was the first program we started. We did 3 sessions on gentle movement and relaxation with people, and it has just snowballed since. And as I'm talking about, there's so many thoughts I have because it's just a beautiful story.
Hmm.
And when God put me in the middle of it, I just fathom, at what He's done in my life and how the universe said, yeah, you want to help heal people to heal. So they not depend on you, but they depend on themselves for this basic element of love and healing and letting go and relaxation. it's an emotional story that's all embedded in my heart. So I don't know if that answers your original question, but I'll be happy to go back and give you some specifics. But thank you for asking me that question. I apologize for becoming emotional, but
Oh no,
what
definitely
it's about.
no, never
That's
apologize for
Part of
that.
being human.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. I stay humbled at the whole thing.
Albert?
no, I was laughing because as he's saying this, I'm getting relaxed just from the music in the background. What is that?
Thank you. It's part of my story. And the things that come to me, I smile yes and I nod yes is one of the things we talk to people about doing. If you feel something that feels good, the universe pours more of that into your heart. It brings more of it into your life. I came across this instrument years ago when I used to listen to the Tai Chi music, and this
Hmm.
instrument would somehow be in the background. And I started to explore more. I said, what is that? And actually, it's a very tranquil instrument. It's called the Gu Chin. It's Guqin. And if you just Google it or put it in YouTube, there's so much of it that'll come forward. It has a healing, beautiful vibration. And if you just play it in the background, as you all probably feel, it soothes the spirit. We've used this type of music in many of our programs, most of them, and we would record CDs and give them away to people just for coming out to the program. I don't know if you got one or not, Albert, for the CDs.
Have
You do? You have one? Excellent. So,
yes.
and that's, yeah, that's something that we do. It's a mixture of music. Some of it is from Dean Evanson, who is one of my favorite artists when it comes to tranquil music. And sometimes it's complemented by a wind instrument or whatever. But it's the Gu Chin, and I'll play it in the background when we're doing or instructing or coaching meditation sessions. Um, and you can almost feel it. It feels like something from the universe that's calming your spirit, and through that, that's when the healing begins, which is our motto. Healing begins with relaxation.
Hmm,
Yeah.
I like that.
Hmm.
You know, one of the things about I was reading your bio, and one of the things I love your philosophy also, you said we must be the superheroes of our communities. Can you expound on that a little bit more?
Yeah. Well, Miss Carla, I told you I talk too much, so
Now that,
you're asking the right questions, boy. I tell you.
yeah,
Uh,
you know what? As they all know, I am a talker. So,
Yeah. Well, excellent.
No!
I'm well, we're in the right company then. Um, for so many years, and like I said, I came from Inglewood, and I started to move further south over the years, and I would look and see some of the disharmonies, I'll call it, the beautiful things as well as the disharmonies in our community. And we would always be looking to someone or something to come by and give us a lead. There were times that I would attend community groups and I would be a listener. But then when I would get up to speak about this thing that I do, there would always be a captive audience with, people just eyes on me, wondering what this thing is about time after time again. And I would let them know this thing that is feels foreign is already there in the universe, and it's practiced on some level in other communities, in other countries, and that sometimes we should have an open heart as to what else is out there to help resolve the things that we worry about, the disharmonies in our lives, and not to blame others, whatever your beliefs are and what others have done to us in the past. That's called stagnation. And
okay.
that stagnant energy keeps us from moving forward because our God and the universe that I believe in knows nothing about that. He knows everything about opportunity. And my life story is everything about that. And so when you ask the question about being the superheroes in our community, looking at you all and what you do and how I connected with Albert and you, Norman and Carla, you all are the superheroes because I think our talking today has everything to do with opportunity and joining beautiful forces together. And through this, we become some of the superheroes, some of the examples of our potential. And when I talk about that to people, some people think of it as something that's so metaphysical. but the universe teaches us about looking at the signs, number one. Number two, being patient and watching those things, those blockages get removed and the disharmonies become rebalanced. That is an example of what a superhero does, you know, and that superhero is in each of us. It's in each of our hearts and spirits. Um, and again, through all of the programs that we do, I'm sort of a funnel. You know, I don't take credit. I give God all the credit because he answered what I requested for him to do for me, which is to help the healing and to help each of us find the superhero in each of us. So when you ask the question about being the superheroes in our community, I'm a firm believer, and I've seen it program after program, whether it's a conference in Indianapolis or whether it's one of the library programs that we're doing, or working with children or seniors to move some of the pain or stress. And I say, now you can do this. I show you the method so you don't have to depend on me. I'm not your superhero. Your alignment with your creator, your God, allows you to become the superhero within yourself. And we show people how to do that.
That is absolutely awesome. And, you know, first of all, I love what you named your company. It's Be New for Life.
Yeah.
And I am so glad that you are on our program because we are focusing on a new year and a new you. And what a wonderful way to bring that about, you know, working to get rid of trauma and stress and all those things that keep us from going forward. And that is absolutely fantastic. And we're going to include all of your information in our comment section. And tell us about your YouTube channel, because we're going to include that information as well.
Sure. Be New for Life, the balance of nature, energy, and wellness. And if you notice on the logo, and I'm so proud of it, we've changed logos over the years, but this one, as you notice, there are mountains on the logo, part of the story, and the colors are kind of calming also. One of my things that's close to my heart is whenever I go on vacation, the last 18 years, I've gone to the mountains. And it's usually twice a year. I'll go to Colorado, Washington State, British Columbia, and I go hiking in the mountains. You know, most people, especially people of color, we go sit on the beach, or we'll go to Florida, or we'll go to Mississippi, and nothing's wrong with that. But I was always called to go to the mountains. Wow, it's to view nature. I've had grizzly bears literally walk in front of me. I've seen elk.
Wow.
I've seen and felt the beauty and the vibrations of bald eagles circling above me in Yellowstone National Park. I've had a chipmunk actually crawl up on my knee and eagle.
I saw the picture. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so how do you explain those things, Miss Carla? I'm this kid who grew up in Inglewood. So these stories that I tell has everything to do with my best friend who used to travel with me, and he still does. His name is Jim. We used to say when we were out there, bless you, I wish we could bring these experiences back to our people and to our friends. I wish we could take it back. That's what started to happen. So there was one time in this place called Masconage, which is a beautiful place. It's a spiritual place in Waterton National Park. Jim captured this picture of me standing on this rock looking out over the mountains.
Well, nice.
That's another mechanism of where some of this started, because we both received some type of spiritual guidance. I can't explain it any more than that. As I was standing on that rock, that was one of the moments that I was captivated by the energy in the universe. As I talk about it, I feel it right now.
That is awesome. And you know, because we're definitely going to have you back. And for all of our C Group podcast people, we're starting our new year, new you. We're going to feature some of Mr. Thompson's videos. But if you can't wait for that, you can go to the which we're going to include in the comments section and the description down below. So I hate to bring this to a close, and we cannot wait to bring you back because this was absolutely, I feel relaxed already. So
Oh, I hope so. I'm looking forward to, and you know what? I talked so much. I tell you, I didn't get to comment on the YouTube, but yeah, there are different videos of beautiful experiences that we come to you to bring you wellness. So I'll shut up and let you lead me, Miss Carla, or whatever you want to do there. Thank you.
well, thank you. And this has been wonderful. And thank you for sharing with me. I'm looking forward to seeing you more, your videos on our channel, as well as you all going to his channel. We are going to say goodbye and bring this wonderful conversation to a close. Albert, would you like to say something?
Before we get too far, Norman, did you have any questions for him?
He answered all my questions.
That
I
sounds
was
good.
saying, yeah. Oh, he just talked about that. It's like you
Yeah.
read
Oh,
my
okay.
mind or some ESPN.
Yes.
Well,
Oh my gosh.
One thing I can say is I know one person's going to really love this particular show. My brother-in-law is into the same thing. He did all the martial arts, and we call him Jimmy. And Jimmy did all this stuff. A bunch of my wife's relatives went through these different things. One of my wife's cousins, I don't know what he called him, but his name is Otis Perry. He is a sensei.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
And Jimmy
okay.
went that to do that. That was James Robinson. And one of them that's gone now, who is Ollie Williams, he was very good. His favorite one, martial arts, was the Drunken Monkey.
Oh, the drunken, but yes, it's some of the Shaolin arts. Yes,
Mhm.
yes, absolutely.
Right. That's what.
Yeah, we got more to talk about later on, Albert. Absolutely. Love it.
Oh,
Look forward
Maybe
to
we
it.
can do another.
Well, definitely another show. And
Yeah.
on that note, we're going to bring all of this to a close. I'd like to thank Mr. Brian Thompson
Thank you.
joining us. Yes, being new for life. Thank you so much. Look forward to you coming on again. And I'm looking forward to these videos, and I'm going to hop on over to his channel so I can see some more videos too. And as we close, we would like to leave you, as all of our C Group podcast family knows, with our motto, and it is plant a seed and grow. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Bye.